Hoping for a sincere performance, but open to finding the moment, to finding out where I'm headed now. Looking for a sign of disaster, so I can make it there faster. I'm weighing the consequences out. I can see in all directions. It's all open to interpretation, but I see colors that are breaking from the other side.
Welcome to episode 23 of Pineapples and Thorns. Today we have Peter with us. Hey, Peter.
3 stars for the good guys.
Rusty.
Hey, guys.
And Fado.
I don't have a tagline for tripling because I just don't trip.
That's not true. I've seen the dagger zebra. You can't hide.
So just jump right into CFF news, Peter?
Yes, I don't know if any of you have been plugging around in the server, but Fox has recently set up houses, and the object behind the houses is more activity earns you house points. I don't know if you've had a chance to look, Kat, but you and I are in the same house. We're in House Lassie. Fado, you're in there with us, just so you know.
Is this like a, one of those influencer house thing?
You'll have to explain that one to me. I don't know what influencer house is.
Oh, thank God. I just know that it's the new thing among the young set.
That lets all of us out then, right?
That would explain why we're all out and confused what you're talking about.
Yeah, well, I'm not young, but isn't that where they round up all the people that get views and likes on YouTube and TikTok and stuff, and they fly them on planes to Cancun where they get marooned, and then they put them up in a house near a coast.
I saw that episode, yes. Yeah.
Is that where that group of Canadians was headed?
Yep.
So yeah, hopefully, I'm looking forward to my trip to I don't know, Maryland. Is that where our house is?
I think it's in Buffalo.
Oh, sweet.
That's right, in Buffalo. So, we're House Lassie, and what else do I know about it? It's Fox talked about it like it was the Hogwarts houses, the school houses. So we're going to all try and earn points by being active in the server.
Yes, I saw a little bit of that tonight already.
Okay. It's just launched today. I just looked at it quickly coming upstairs.
And there's been some banter.
Oh, interesting. Okay. I'm happy to be on Kat's team. I think you have the most. Well, you talk in many servers. Maybe that's not a good thing because you won't be focused on the CFF. Speaking of the CFF, though, Dark Sector is about 12 wins away from their 400th win.
Nice.
Karma didn't favor Red Thorn. We ran up against I don't want to say it, but
no, they were formidable.
They were a very good clan. 24 win streak, and they handed us our lunch. So we didn't get the wins we needed to get to 500. But that means we'll be able to get through CWL and then plan for the 500 in Red Thorn.
Yep.
And congratulations to K Farmhouse. They did get their 500th win.
Yay.
It took them a couple of tries, but yeah.
Those milestone wins are always tough to get. It seems like, you do a big war and then you get matched against a tougher clan.
Yeah, I was in K Farm for a week, so I think I ran through 3 wars with them, and then I left, and then they won. So I'm just saying.
We won't comment on that.
Yeah, that's right. This is why Kat doesn't let me spin for CWL either. And the last thing, the event is, you mentioned it already, Clash Con in Buffalo. That's Memorial Day weekend. I think the best place to kind of get some information is in the Crystal to Join server. They have a thing, ClashCon 22 channel, and just show a little interest in there, and C-Note or I or someone will talk you through where some of the hotel people are staying, and then look out for more stuff to follow. Where it's in the early stages still.
Yeah, I've heard talk of some fun events going on, and sounds like it'd be a really fun place for people to check out.
Yes. Fado, I know you made it to Legends. How's it going?
Well, Legends is just the name of a league. I'm but a normal player, an everyday player, if you will. My first day was my highest day because I was beating up on a 13 and some really bad bases or people that just didn't want to play. Ever since then, it's kind of been humbling, but I like to think I'm learning. Maybe I'm not, maybe I am, but I think it's hard because I'm not one to, I like to try and think through stuff when I'm hitting, and I'm trying to formulate a plan, and I'm trying to, not just throw everything in and pray. But at the end of the day, that's what it ends up looking like anyway.
Which strategy are you using?
Right now, Blizz, Lalo. I've used some Queen Walk Hydra, and just trying out things and seeing them not work. But the bases are harder. Like I've been playing catch up. I've just been using super goblins for a year and a half, right? Trying to farm
Right.
up. And now it's like, okay, well, why don't I challenge myself? And it's humbling, and I am where I am. But
You
it
have
makes
to
me want to
admit
keep
though,
going.
Lalo is the hardest strategy, right? It's got the most technical things happening, many things going on at the same time. So don't beat yourself up too much.
Well,
I
I think
applaud you for trying.
I think it is, but like I'm watching people do hog hits and stuff at TH14. I'm like, okay, that's impossible. Those things were made to die, right?
Hmm. Yep, that's true. Kat, have you made it back up to Legends yet? I know you were way down to get your Unbreakable achievement.
Yeah, I was down in bronze, about 700 ups, and slowly making my way back up there. I'm in Titans 2, getting close to
Wow.
Titans 1, so probably by the end of SCCW, I'll be back up there.
And what strategy are you using to climb back up?
Uh, just alternating between hybrid and dragon attacks. Just whatever I feel like doing. I'm signed up to, somehow got roped into learning Skelly Donut with Carl from C2J. So one thing that's going to be fun to try up there is that strategy. If he can teach it to me, I'm not too sure he can. We've got this little challenge going on between Carl and C Note. C Note is going to try to Blizzard on live on stream, and I'm going to try and Skelly Donut live on Carl's next stream. So
Do we have a date for that?
that is going to be on. They're doing a special war for Agent Paladin in their clan there, and
Right.
I think they're spinning for that on February 3rd next week. So
Yeah. Have you been practicing?
not at all.
Okay, good. Good.
Carl wants it to be like YOLO, learning on the fly.
Okay. Okay. Rusty, are you there?
Oh yeah, I'm here.
Have you managed to achieve the Unbreakable achievement?
I haven't. No, because I climbed up. My trophies have been so high, and I've just been so busy with life. Cat will attest to that. I'm useless these days. Yeah, I haven't got it yet. I don't even know what my number is. I didn't look at the number, but I know unless you're trying to get the defenses, you don't get them, right? So
Mhm.
I haven't put in any effort into dropping, so I know I haven't been getting defenses. Like one a day, maybe. Like I mean, so see you next year, I guess. I'll be right. So no, I'll put in some solid effort here, probably in like hopefully like this week. But yeah, just get it done because I mean I didn't. I spent like the past like 2 months doing it, so I might as well finish it off, right?
Yeah.
You got to get it now that you're there. Yes. Yes.
Yeah, I know. And things have just been so crazy in real life. I don't know. Things are, yeah, it's just something else. Try not to get distracted by life distracting me from my game that I like to play, but it's hard.
Yep. Kat and I always say to each other, real life has to come first.
Unfortunately, it has been. Yeah, it very much has been. It forced itself upon me, so yeah. But no, I haven't quite got there yet. Next podcast. I'll set a goal. It'll be my goal, and I'll have it.
Woo!
It's a deal.
I'll hold you to that one.
Okay.
Peter, you started a new account. Do you want to talk about that?
Well, yeah, that was because Magnus posted that wall chart. I started a brand new account in December 24th. So we're just over a month now. I have a Town Hall 8 now. I'm doing the mini Mondays for anyone who's interested in the greenhouse. That's a lot of fun. I have a level 9 king going to level 10.
Wow.
It's a lot of fun. It's a very much less complicated game. Like, we're so used to, managing 4 heroes and their abilities, and now it's just kind of I'm using kill squad hogs with giants, and I'm having a heck of a good time. It's surprising. So
So here's a question for you: are you going to keep it at Town Hall later? Or are you going to keep upgrading it?
actually, my goal was to move it to Town Hall 9 because I'd like to learn Lalo from, base principles where it's less complicated. So that was my ultimate goal. But I've had so much fun as a Town Hall 7 and a Town Hall 8. I think I'm going to have to start some new accounts. I've been looking for some cool account names. So
No.
Peter 68. Peter 60.
Yeah.
What comes
No.
after 68?
Those are
Nice.
boring. I have right now the one that is a Town Hall 8 is Heal the Grass. I'm saving your name for you, Fado. I won't say that on air. You have to build that for the Town Hall 2 competition.
I don't even know if I remember it. So you can take it. I can't even remember.
The 5 jump Lalo.
Oh, yeah.
That's a great
And I
name.
think the next one I'm going to do is clap at a tree.
Okay.
Joke grenade there. Okay.
Oh, I'm so rusty. I guess Peter 69 is going to go unclaimed. So,
Yeah. Well,
All
why
yours.
not, right? Well, we need him to do Peter 68 first.
maybe I'll do it then.
Oh, boy. So, Kat, I've heard us several times from several people that they would like to hear more from you. So
Okay.
I think we need to focus a little bit more on Kat and the stuff that you do around the CFF, and particular leadership in Redthorn. So
Okay.
I wonder if you could talk to us a little bit about the clans you lead or are a co-leader in, just as a startup.
A long list. Let's see. Currently, I am co-leader in Phoenix Reloaded and Kent Greenhouse, and sort of a co-leader in Valor Morgulis. Title
You're not just
doesn't.
sort of a co-leader in KGH.
Well, it's.
You're not just like you're just a run-in-the-mill co-leader. Okay, so
I just
I'm
kind of
going to
hang
give you a
out
little
there.
bit more credit than you're going to give yourself. You're basically like the heartbeat of the clan, even if I'm the leader. So yeah, you are much more than just a co-leader. You're always running things, and I don't know because I'm not there. But when you say you're sort of a co-leader in VM, like I feel like that probably is you being a little generous as well. So just gonna go
Yeah,
ahead and jump out and say that.
you're too kind. And I also hold lead at Redthorn, and those are just like titles. I mean, it's always the other people who make the clan run. It's not just one person ever. So that's it.
Where did your Clash history start? I mean, obviously none of us started in leadership unless we started our own clan. Did you start your own clan, or where did you get your start?
Well, I followed my son into Clash, and he was in some clan, I guess he found on Global. And so, of course, I joined that clan. And it was, of course, as normal back then, it was run by a bunch of kids. And none of them had any clue what they were doing. So naturally, I kind of just butted in and started helping out. And next thing I knew, I was promoted to co-leader. And yeah, I just was working away at that, and then ended up in Hollow Graves, and somehow just kind of naturally ended up in leadership there. And when HG fell apart, a friend of mine gave Redthorn to us and asked me to hold lead for it. And I knew nothing about like actually running a clan at that point, but again, I had lots of good people helping me, like Morgan and so many others, Stormy. And now I have a really great leadership team. I can't stress that enough. You guys all keep the clan running, and that's like the leadership story for Redthorn. We have a great clan overall. Even all of the members and elders, they all pitch in as needed. So
Yeah, it's been a long time since we had to huck anybody to fill CCs. They get filled so fast now, I barely have time to cook anything.
that's usually the biggest complaint is people say, I cooked a bunch of stuff to fill CC. And by the time they cook it, somebody's gone in and had pre-cooked everything and they're all filled. So
I think they might be filled with green elixir, not pre-cooked, but that's
I'm
just my
highly
opinion.
suspicious. Yeah,
Yeah.
you're right. Yeah, and another thing I love about Red Thorn is its zero drama attitude, and that seems to be, the theme throughout the CFF. Is pretty much every clan is adult, zero drama. So it's just a great family overall.
Very true. Fado, do you hold leadership anywhere else?
Oh, Peter, thanks for asking. There's never been a clan that I've been in for more than, you know, 2 weeks that I haven't been able to worm my way into leadership and, slowly start shaping the clan in the way I want it to run. And so what you guys really, are watching right now is the psychological warfare, those donations are happening and, it's no miracle. You guys are all like, you're becoming mine slowly but surely.
I did buy Super Wizards today just for you, so it's true.
Yeah, but you've got a job to do, and I usually do my legend hits during my work calls. So I'd love to blame my performance on that, but who are we kidding? Um, so if any of my teammates from work are listening, it's been good knowing you. But I've I don't know. Just and it happens, right? Just the way Kat said, like if you help people, you eventually just end up there, right?
Hmm.
You don't, and it's not like a free co thing, Um, God, I saw a good one of those today somewhere in the meme land, but at any rate, yeah, I've just I think between some of the very early clans I was in, and then with the rated and BI, and I don't, actually, I don't think I ever rose to any kind of leadership in AYS. Come to think of it, but that's okay. They had plenty of very strong, good, organized leaders, so it was nice just to be an elder. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
Um, but here at RT, same thing. Like I'm happy to help in any way I can help, and that's I think how I ended up here as a leader or co-leader, I should say.
Not just brought in for comic relief.
I don't make jokes.
Yeah, I just thought it was his pretty face. It's like,
Right.
Maybe
Wait,
Peter was throwing shade your way about your attacks, saying those were comical.
oh, they are Rusty. I mean, come on. Look, I'm not too proud. I should share replays of some of my. That's what I should do. Like everyone does a look at my awesome hits in Legends. No one is
Like,
doing a look at my frickin' face plants.
you should
That
do a
is a
Fado Learns to Lalo YouTube channel where it's just basically all of your one
oh my
stars.
gosh.
there's a huge market for this content, isn't there?
Magnus,
I'd
All
are
right.
you
subscribe.
listening?
I'd
Magnus, are you
like to
listening?
Hey,
subscribe.
look, I've always had a very good idea. It's not thoroughly original, but it's not been done in Clash, and I think it could be really funny. But Clash is almost 10 years old, and I mean, I don't know. Like, I just found my niche 10 years in. Wait till it turns 20. Ooh, baby.
It's a scary thought.
We're in like Town Hall like 35.
I think Town Hall 19, right? 10 years.
Oh, I hope not.
What do I like about leadership? The ability to kick. That's a big one. Um, access to the Red Thorn bank accounts was a big one too.
Wait,
And
what? What?
You're not
uh,
supposed to tell people about that, Fado.
it's only available in America, so me and Michigan are looting you guys dry. Um, so I what do I like about it? In a weird way, it's not even like leadership because, as you guys have said, it's like a self-governed clan. It's just you like the clan. You know what I mean? Like,
Hmm.
if people are looking at me for like mentorship or setting a good example, then they're actually in the wrong place. Because not only am I, not a great example, I'm a bit of a jerk, as you could tell. But like no one can learn anything from me in Clash, right? You just show up, have a laugh, do your hits, don't cause drama, and hope you find like-minded people that don't take themselves very seriously. And I think I found that, unless I'm offending those who actually are self-admitting to taking themselves too seriously right now.
Not us. Not us.
I know.
How about you, Kat? What's good about leadership and what's bad about leadership?
Good. Good about leadership. I'm a little bit of a control freak, so I just naturally kind of boss people around, as I've been told.
What happens when your queen goes the wrong way in a hit? Like, I mean,
Then I'll kick her.
That never
But-
happens, does it?
But mostly what I like is I like how things run smoothly when everybody's working as a team and just working with people to make something successful. That's what I like a lot. What I don't like about leadership is I don't like when I have to deal with drama. I'm not that great at confrontation, strangely enough, and I don't like kicking people. Luckily, I've rarely ever had to do that. But if someone's inactive or something, then you have to remove their account, and even that bothers me.
we have the nicest kick messages in Redthorn. I'm convinced.
We do.
Like-
We're so sorry.
I'm really
Yeah,
sorry. We haven't seen you in 3 years, but
Those are the most overwrought, thought through kick messages in all of class.
I agonize over those.
it's hard. Right now we're full, so it's a constant juggle, right? I think you jumped out today, Fado, and Magnus put his Town Hall 10 in right away, and you're like, "What? I was gone for like an hour. What's going on?" And so then we had to figure out somebody else to kick out.
And
Thanks for letting me do that, Kat.
If he was doing that, if he was doing that as a prank, then hats off to him. That's great.
You think he was watching you, do you?
Yeah, he's like, oh, I know what to do. I'm just going to bring a mini in.
Too funny. Well, what are some of the challenges for Redthorn? Like, right now, we don't seem to have a trouble with recruiting, but that is a definite thing for some clans right now. Clans seem to be shrinking, right? So not only is there recruiting, but there's also retention.
Right.
Maybe you talk a little bit about Redthorn, but also what you're seeing in VM, maybe, and Phoenix Reloaded, just as a contrast.
I know it's recruiting is always an ongoing issue. I mean, we don't have global at our disposal anymore to go out there and go join my clan. But
Could I stop you there? Did you
Yes.
ever get anybody from global?
actually, I did. In my original clan, yeah, there's people who are still in that clan today that I recruited off global.
With
So
the free co-message?
there was no free co involved. Co must be earned. But nowadays, don't use Twitter as much as I used to. I find more effective is the Reddit forums, and there's a Reddit Discord now. Just getting your clan name out there so people recognize, and perhaps a little bit of Redthorn. I know PR just posted a Reddit post was it yesterday, and we managed to get 3 or 4 people join the clan from that, so it was successful.
Great. Yeah, Reddit does seem to have taken over the role of, the Supercell forums. It really has fallen in. A lot of people are talking up Reddit right now.
Yeah, for sure.
So what other tools do you use?
Tools that I use for managing clans.
Yeah.
Discord is huge. Like always on Discord, as most of you have noticed. It's whether it's setting up roles or channels to help run things, to hold events, organizing events. I think Discord is probably the most useful tool now. I mean, I guess in the old days, people would use Kick or was that GroupMe, Line, all the different chat apps, because that's probably one of the biggest issues in game is it's so hard to communicate. You're limited to X number of characters when you type a message, so you'll be typing away and you run out of space and you have to hit enter and then continue. And then even for leadership to send a clan mail in game, what was it?
Yes.
It used to be once every 3 or 4 hours that you could send one.
Yes.
And then just in the last year or so,
Wasn't it even once in every 8 hours? I feel like it was 8 hours.
it was forever, right?
Yeah, it was. It was purposely meant so you couldn't just spam and hijack people's notifications.
I would never do that.
Well, no,
Were there
but
different-
you mentioned, kids used to be run by clans used to be run by kids, so it might have happened in the past.
You're probably right.
Do you think there were different timers for leaders versus co-leaders?
Not back
No.
then.
Not back
No.
then. Okay.
No, because now it's, I think I could send one every hour or something like that. Be afraid. Be very afraid.
And then what is your favorite Discord bot then to use?
Well,
That's a good question. I like that one.
Or maybe which one do you use the most?
it's definitely now it's a music bot because I need to be listening to music during the day.
That is not clan. Oh, no, it is clan management. It's keeping you calm so you can deal with no drama.
It is.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, recreation wise, it would be one of the music bots. I won't name names here because there's a few of them.
And we don't want them banned.
We certainly do not want them going missing. Probably the most useful tool I have is the Minion Bot. It used to be a war match, but there's been a few issues with that in the last few months, and so for reliability, we just use Minion Bot now and call on the map.
And I don't think I've ever asked this one before, and I don't think it got on the agenda, but we do the Battlethorn Award.
Mm-hmm.
I think some other clans have similar type. The Golden Tractor is one I just saw recently. How did the Battlethorn come about? Where did that idea come from?
KGH has always had like the golden pineapple, so I think I probably stole it from them. It's not really stealing if I work there.
Exactly.
So
It's a borrowed concept.
that's right. It's great ideas, right?
Well, the KGH Golden Pineapple is a borrowed concept as well. So, I mean, I think most of the clans in the CFF have something like you mentioned, the Golden Tractor.
Yeah.
And like Noble Heroes got one too, and they're
Right.
like I think all the clans do. So
yeah, it's just a little thing that when we started Red Thorn, we wanted a way to sort of recognize people for a good war, whether it was like a 6-pack or they did a really cool attack or something, or maybe their base defended 9 times, something crazy like that. So
I thought it was just an excuse to spam somebody that you didn't normally get to spam
to tell
in
people
Discord.
Well,
hey, she's got those add everybody permissions. She can spam whenever she wants.
Whenever she wants. Okay.
And so, just came up with the template for the poster, and then each war I would tag a winner and announce a winner. And then a friend from Kent Greenhouse, Sidant, asked me if I'd like a bot to automatically award the Battlethorn, and so he wrote a little bot to that generates the poster for me and announces. Like all someone has to do is type the command in. So the previous winner will type in the command to award the Battlethorn to someone, and all the work is done for me.
Yeah, that's been really slick, hasn't it?
Yeah, I really like that. So kudos to him for that. I can't thank him enough for that.
Kat, I'm a little alarmed you didn't mention the bot I wrote in AYS.
Oh, tell us.
I don't know about that bot.
Well, there was this one guy in Discord who everyone liked to rag on, and he wrote a bot to rag on another guy.
Oh no!
So I wrote a bot that anytime the guy posted, it would randomly select from a handful of non-profane phrases, sarcastically commenting on his wit and sense of humor and whatnot. So every time he posted, his dog would reply to him. And I obviously had an insider to help me get the bot into the server, and it was great fun for about 7 minutes, and that got really tiresome. So
I love that.
I mean, I've still got the code somewhere. I can, let me know, set me loose if you got someone in the server.
Insert evil laughter here. That's awesome.
Can you see a time when you won't want to run a clan, Kat? Like what keeps you doing it as it is now?
I'm just an idiot. Honestly, it's the people, and I guess I like to keep busy, and I like helping people. I love all the friends that I have made in the game, and as long as I'm having fun, then I'll keep doing it. If it stops being fun, then that's the time when you need to re-examine what you're doing and why you're in that position, and if it's time to move on and let someone else handle it. But so far, I have not run into that. Hoping I don't. I'm having too much fun.
That's good. That's good. You scared us the other day when you said something. I think you had a little bit of a rough war, and you said, "I'm gonna quit." And a lot of people, I think,
Isn't that
DM'd
what,
you very quickly.
isn't that what everybody says when their queen walks the wrong way and they end up with that lovely high percentage 1-star?
It was a high percentage, though.
It was in the 90s.
Yes. We won't talk about that.
No. What would you do without Discord, though, if you had to run the clan? Like, there is nothing else.
I'd have to find something similar.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is there anything like Discord?
Line.
Well, when I was growing up, Peter, if there was a snow day, we would have a phone tree. Okay. Now we couldn't text message because all our little things, the little buttons on the phone, only had 3 letters, and you had to press it a number of times and all that. But at any rate, a phone tree.
What is a phone tree? Is that like a party line, or is that even older and dating myself even more?
No, Rusty, I actually think you bring up an interesting point. I think a 900 number would be a good way to raise funds for Redthorn and connect with the individuals in the clan.
I think that we should probably commission Stormy to run that 900 number with his soothing voice and just get hello, welcome to Redthorn's party line.
You do that pretty well yourself. I have not encountered anything as versatile as Discord seems to be growing into, and we're pretty lucky that Fox kind of stays on top of all its capabilities. And
He's a miracle worker.
yeah, she is always tinkering away in the background there, and if she runs into something neat, she lets us know. And he's quite the guru for Discord.
Yeah, it still surprises me that Clash of Clans doesn't have something, even like a special chat for leader, co-leader, elder,
Yeah.
just something within the game.
Maybe the big thing they couldn't have fit into this update was voice through Clash. Probably not.
Ah,
Like actually in-game voice chat?
Yeah, in your clan.
That
I
would
don't
be
know.
very cool. I think I would settle for just some kind of an extra chat bar, like, the way they had the global one before, but just turn that into, if you're a member in your clan, you can chat in game. Well, I mean, you do that already, but I mean, even a member in the family, like, or the co-leaders and leaders have a separate chat in game where they could discuss things in
in other
game.
mobile games I've played,
Yeah.
there's like a whisper feature, right? So you can just send a direct message to that person in the game.
Oh, that would be
Yeah.
really cool.
Yeah. I don't know why they haven't done that other than, it's a kid-friendly game, so they don't want, adult to kid talking privately, I guess.
Yeah, I could see that being an issue. It would have to be more of a group chat kind of a thing.
It is one of the things that a lot of the social media companies have done a fantastic job at is, preventing kids from seeing things they shouldn't see.
Mhm. But it's a huge concern. Like, I mean, you think that kids want to go on these games, right? Whether it's
Mhm.
Clash or PUBG or Fortnite or whatever the game of the moment is, and parents are trying to protect their kids, their younger children, and even their teenagers as much as they can from various influences, and then you add to that mix like the potential for trolls of any sort to be in game with their kids. It's a big concern for parents. And
Yeah.
Supercell's done a great job, I think, of sort of shutting that sort of angle down.
That's a really good point you make, Kat. Like I had with my son when he was probably like 12-ish, we basically just shut him off. He was playing, I think it was Roblox, however you pronounce that. And they had basically something like you said, like you could just connect with anyone and talk to anyone, whoever you wanted, and message anybody. And it was like, yeah, it was a big deal. It was the thing. So there's always that. Unfortunately, you can create it with the good intentions, but you got to always think about what's the worst possibility too.
For sure. So do we want to just sort of segue from that into account security? Like, that's another thing that Clash and Supercell are dealing with. It seems to be rampant. There's been issues of people talking about their accounts being just stolen or just vanishing out of a clan, and they assume that they're stolen because they don't know where the account even ended up. Even had issues of clans being taken because somebody has a mini holding a clan and they've never made any purchases on it, and somehow the accounts are getting phished and hacked, and it's a big concern.
And if you haven't listened to Catfish's Clashing in Traffic, he talked very passionately about this.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, Fado made the point that a guy named Catfish is fighting against phishing, but I had to look up what that meant actually, and Urban Dictionary gave me a very good explanation, so that was funny to me. But
Anytime
he
I can
knows
redirect my fellow co-leaders to Urban Dictionary, I feel like I've had a good day.
you did have a good day. But in all seriousness, have a listen to Catfish's
Mm-hmm.
episode on that, and check out the Reddit forum. They're working very hard to kind of get Supercell to not just treat the victim as the bad guy.
Yeah.
One of the things he talked about was a poor guy got his 14 banned and then sent an inquiry from his other 14 and it got a permaban. So that
Yes.
was just a disaster. The poor guy lost both accounts within a matter of hours, and
Mm-hmm.
one for a week and one never to be returned.
Yeah.
And you know somebody that lost an
Yeah.
account, right, Kat?
Definitely. There was somebody in Redthorn that he had, oh gosh, 2 max 13s, because 13 was the max at the time. And we were in war, and all of a sudden his account left the clan. And it wasn't unusual because he would often hop out to go donate, somewhere else, and then he'd come back. But it was getting close to the end of war, and we're tagging him, and he's going, "What do you mean my account's not in clan?" And we're like, "You left." And then he went on his other account, and all of a sudden he got kicked off, and that account disappeared too. And the same thing happened to him. He went on one of his smaller accounts to inquire about it, and he had always been free to play and never made any kind of a purchase on those accounts. So I guess it made them more vulnerable. And when he was inquiring on his other account, they ended up permabanning that, and they tracked down his main account and permabanned that. So he took about a year off and he started playing again, but it's all that work that you do. And, a lot of people do spend money on their accounts to max them out. And then if they get taken for whatever reason, there are a lot of scams out there in Discord and around that give people access to your things. And, is it your fault or is it Supercell's fault? It's, it's hard to say, but I think their customer service has really been lacking for a lot of years. And so if there's one thing they could work on, it'd be that.
A lot of people have money tied up in hero skins too, right? So
I don't know anybody like that. So
and base sceneries. Ugh.
again, I do not know what you're talking about. How about you, Peter? Do you know anybody who's been affected?
No, and I'm terrified of that idea, because I have put money into the game over the years, back when I was trying to catch up, because I feel like I was a late starter. But, now that I've caught up, I'm spending less. But yeah, that's terrifying to me, because it's having that max account is fun, right? You get to play with the new things. I said earlier that I really like playing the Town Hall 8, but really the new stuff comes at the highest town level levels, and it would hurt me a lot to have to regrind up through those levels.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, I hope that they can come up with something. I mean, they have the Supercell ID, which is supposed to protect your accounts, but everybody knows what their recovery questions are. So perhaps they could personalize that a little bit more, so that
That's right.
the way banks and other companies, they ask you personalized security questions.
What was your army in your last war attack? Boom, done.
Yeah. exactly.
Except you just talked about it on the pod, so everyone knows. Well, 3 people know.
When was
But
the
it'd be
last time you
embarrassing if
three
you just
starred?
a go wipe, right?
When was the last time you three starred? Oh, that's easy. That was like 2014, TH7, some drags, you know.
They could look that up.
Yeah, just one finger drop, just 8 dragons or whatever the max was at the time. Just go.
It's fun. It's a lot less stressful.
Yeah. So let's talk a little bit. Fado mentioned it's 10 years of Clash of Clans, and it is the 10-year anniversary for them coming this year. So I think we can expect some big things for them. It's a pretty big anniversary. There's talk of Town Hall 15 dropping. Do you think it's a good idea or a bad idea?
Did you guys see the video with Darian and I can never think of that fellow's name. Seth,
Oh, Seth.
with
Yeah.
Seth.
Yeah.
So, they're talking about that was about the World Championships but it's very much earlier, right? It's not in December, it's in September.
Mm-hmm.
So, I think just previously that day, Kat, you said you saw maybe a tweet or something about Town Hall 15 and you felt that it was going to be in July or earlier in the year.
There's just been some chatter in some of the servers I'm in about it.
So
and some people saying July, some people saying October.
Yeah, I'm now leaning towards October just based on those World Championship things.
Yeah.
How about you, Fado? What do you think about those 2 things?
I don't know, man. I just wanted to discuss the chemistry in that short film with Darian and Seth. I mean, it was like vintage Damon and Affleck stuff. But gee, my initial guess, and I actually tweeted this. I accidentally tweeted an original thought the other day, and that was by saying September, like you simply either have to drop 15 ASAP or you have to wait till September. Like you can't drop 15 and say, like, I don't know how that would work if you drop it in July.
Right.
Like, I don't know how that would work.
Well, especially if they're integrating with some of the community tournaments, right? For their gold passes and stuff,
Right.
the way they were talking about.
Yeah.
I mean, if you wait, there's time to farm up their accounts unless they're doing something different with 15, allowing you to purchase a 15. I don't know.
That brings me to one of the thoughts that they've been really slow to release content in 15, it feels like. Many of the guys, and I'm going to call out C2J guys, they're so quick to max any update, right? Even the wall thing, they're just so quick. They, what did Carl say in his last episode? He's got like 30 or 40 hero books stockpiled. Like, wow.
Yes.
There's no game playing there to kind of work your way up. He's going to be max the day the update drops, if there's hero levels to do. I wonder why Supercell does that still. Why not have the complete level ready? I guess there'll be a huge imbalance. But what do you guys...
If you want the truth, follow the money. Follow the money. It's always the answer. If they drop it in stages, people spend more money.
Yeah, that's very true.
And they have to, it's the same way, in also not just the money part, I would say, my opinion would be though, is that they do that because they're learning on the fly. They push it out and then something's overpowered and so then they adjust. Like it's just the same thing. Like there's no way at this point in the game. We're almost 10 years in, like you said, and like they're not going to be able to just drop the perfect update and have everything just work smooth, just with the way that AI works and the way that people's brains that have been spending hours and hours every day for the past 8-9 years learning how this game works. Like there's always somebody that's going to crack the code. There's always someone. And if there isn't, there's going to be somebody that cheats to do it and then cracks the code. And then everybody else will learn how to do it without having cheated because they watched somebody who did.
Yeah. One thing is always say is after the update drops, well, let's wait a few days to see what comps the pros come up with, and then we can copy it.
And part of me, conspiracy theory me, thinks every time there's an update, there's always that one strat that is just like super OP, super OP, where you literally just drop things in the specific spots and the specific time they're supposed to be, and you just slaughter a base. and it gets nerfed like 3-4 weeks, maybe a
Yeah.
month and a half later. And so anyone who isn't spending money never reaps the benefits of those attacks. But if you spend money and you drop the money and you get your troops maxed, you get that benefit.
Yeah,
And
that's so true.
this isn't just something that's happened once. This has happened for every town hall for a very, very long time, at least since Town Hall 11.
Yeah.
So whether it's just a cause and effect of, again, people figuring out how to use a troop really good and Supercell is not upset that that's happening, or if it's a little, nudge, nudge, wink, wink, hey, kind of thing,
Yeah, I think you have a good point.
It is a business. Like, yeah, it's a business for them. They need to make money. It's not like this isn't groundbreaking news, right? So
No, exactly. So, do any of you have any wishes for the next update? Like, we know that there's usually one in the spring. What can Supercell do to improve the game?
31 more hero levels so that the CDJ guys don't have enough books.
Yes, that's what we need.
That's cruel.
Yeah.
Fado?
I don't know. I think they really need to do work on the back end in two ways.
Mhm.
They need to identify cheating, big time. So whether it's in War or whether it's in Legends, and they all know who's cheating in Legends. They know when the big content creators come out and say, "There's a lot of cheating going on. Here's the evidence of it," or
Yeah.
here's all the signs of it. And then when specific content creators are making videos about it, Supercell is quick to act, very quick to act. So that would be one big thing. And on the back end, another thing I think they really need to fix is the account security, as you mentioned.
Yeah.
Absolutely can't be happening. You can't have people who've invested that much time into your game get screwed out like that. And they're losing a future customer, essentially. This person is probably a pretty brand loyal to Supercell. They're going to give Supercell's new games more of a chance.
Yeah.
But if that happens, if I get my account, and I did get one account stolen, I don't know how. I really don't. It happened about a year ago, and I didn't click anything. I certainly didn't click any of your links, Kat. I've been burned on that 100 times. But the account security thing and the cheating, those two things, because I just don't understand how there can be private servers. Like, I know they're out there. I know people use them. How can that be? How can that continue to go on? It blows my mind.
Yeah. Well, and I am pretty sure that Supercell is working with Discord to sort of rein things in, but I'm not sure how effective that is.
Oh, sure. If you want a happy update, then how about this? Super Hogs or something. Or, give Hogs like 300 extra HP. Give them a prayer. I've seen some good Hog attacks, but it seems pretty miraculous.
Super miners?
Super miners. Mm-hmm.
Peter, what do you think?
I think we need some work on the whole super troop thing. They were supposed to be this advantage, and this is a bit of a personal pet peeve that, and I'm not pointing you out, Fado, but sometimes as leaders and co-leaders, we are buying those super troops in order to donate them to our clanmates. Same with super minions, right? That is still a super duper defensive CC. I have tried to find attacks that I use super minions in, and I haven't been as successful as I have been with, say, my Dragon Rider Bats thing, where super wall breaker. I just hope they can come up with a better way of donation versus using. There just needs to be that separation.
Well, that is an issue because, like you say, if you're buying super minions and super wizards and it's to donate to people and to the CCs, then you aren't able to, I'd really like to try super bowlers for a day or so, or super drags or whatever, super witches. You can't get those things because your 2 slots are tied up for 3 days.
Well, there you go. They should create a third spot specifically for donations. You can't use them in War. It's strictly for donations.
Or just allow you to gem any super troop donation.
Yeah.
Yeah, even as a gem only option, not even like you can pay the actual resources and cook
Yeah.
them for that. If it's just a gem only option, that still makes them money. It still gets everybody what they want.
Yeah. I agree. I think that would be huge for a lot of people. So for me, my major wish for the next update would be the ability to name base slots and or put a recommended CC, like some kind of a comment that you put on your base slots.
Ah, yes. Yes,
So,
kind of like we have with our army comps.
yeah, like, base,
You're like,
just name
don't
it.
use this one ever again.
Or this is my, SCCW base, CCWL base, and this is like, a league base type of thing, or whatever,
Here's one I like to call the General.
That's right.
Whatever do you speak of? I've never heard of this general before.
Or just even to put like recommended CC, underneath, like some kind of a comment box, the way they have for your army comps.
Oh, you just triggered something in me. It would be sweet if you could set per base that you have stored in your slots the CC request. So when you set it and instantly your CC request for that base is what
Oh,
shows up.
so
That
that
would
would
be
be
That's
brilliant.
good. Yeah.
Yeah.
They should have the capability of doing that, you'd think. I because that's what my biggest issue is half the time, like I'll set a base, like a new base or something like that, and then I go and I forgot to update like my CC request. So like I've got this base and I've got a hound in the CC, but
Hmm.
it's not a hound CC base, and then the base just gets fresh tripped, and I'm like,
Yeah.
yeah, that sounds right,
Hmm.
like that sort of thing. So that'd be kind of cool.
Yeah, that's for sure. Like, I mean, a lot of times, especially if you're purchasing bases from these base builders, they have a recommended CC to defend whatever they built it for, right? And I can never remember.
Yeah, there's no way they couldn't embed it in the link, the base link, that it has that. Like,
Hmm.
yeah, I mean, it might require some extra coding and stuff that's above my head, but it's definitely something I know enough about technology that it's a possibility that they could do it. Whether they're going to do it or not is something completely different,
Yeah.
but it is a thing that could be done for sure. Because it's no different than if you click on that link and it has the base there already. There's no reason that it couldn't have the request, right? So
You would
I
think.
that's what my vote is for the update. That's what I pick.
I think that's a good one. You guys have any other ideas, or?
I would like to talk about the World Championships a little more.
Yeah.
Those guys seem to make it very easy. And I'm just going to call myself Joe Clasher. I'm not. If I get 25% hit rate, I'm ecstatic, right? 1 out of my 410 all 14s is a triple. I'm a happy guy.
Hmm.
Whereas these guys are, I see 70 and 80% hit rates. Did they ever restrict troops for those guys, like event troops? No, yeah, I'm sorry, not event troops. What's the word I'm looking for? The special troops, like El Primo and those. They were eliminated, right, from championship and the.
Yeah. Like,
I don't think they had an event during that what was that, the Royal Ghost or something. I don't think there was a World Championship aligned event during when that was active last year.
Yeah,
Okay.
to my knowledge, there hasn't been like I think that they did that on purpose, probably. But yeah, I don't think there's been an issue with that.
So I
As
just was
far as I
wondering
know.
if they could ever restrict the, let's call them the pros, from using the super troops and
mhm.
maybe beef those a little bit more so they really are something extraordinary for the rest of us. And put the cost up. That's okay. Put the cost up. That's fine.
Really be kind of cool to see the world without super troops. Like, just sort of.
Regular wall breakers, right? I mean, how many wall breaker fails did we have before the super wall breaker came along, right? It was
You
a
guys had
constant thing.
success with wall breakers?
Everyone.
Oh, good one.
A jump spell.
That's what the
Yeah,
jump spell's for.
exactly. Yeah.
But
Yeah, the best way to break open a wall is to use a jump spell.
that's right.
Why not?
Wait.
Allow me to set the level of of the game I'm playing, right? When I'm playing like NHL with my son, I'm like, dude, we got to put it on rookie or amateur or whatever the heck the lowest level is.
Yes.
You know, the one where you make the queen goes the right way. You know, where you can actually, when you click the wall breaker, you don't place on the map where you want to drop it. You place the darn wall you want to break.
Oh, that's
Give me
brilliant.
that mode.
What
I still
about
would like that mode.
yeah, like in Clan Wars, what about if you could set it to easy, medium, and difficult mode? So that
You mean like leagues?
no, just right, even no, no, random, random spins. Because like if you get a clan of, you know, people who are
I know what you
relatively
mean. I'm just being a jerk.
inexperienced,
That's all.
relatively inexperienced at the game, they could, you know,
The problem is that then you get the freaking sandbaggers that just are going to go
yeah,
down and just like it's just
you're
like
right.
that's just how it is. You give an inch, people take a mile.
This is true. Yeah, yeah. I'm always assuming that people are going to be
Because yeah, like
kind.
the learning modes, like when you're playing on like for instance, like on like NHL or something like that, like you go put it on easy, but you're playing against the computer or somebody else that's plugged into the same system as you.
Right,
You're
right.
not going online and playing in easy mode against some guy who's on pro mode and kicking his butt like 40-3. Like it's just it doesn't work, right? So
Yeah, you're right.
uh, I really really like the concept. I just don't know how the application could work for
Yeah,
Clash itself, unless people in easy mode are only attacking in easy mode, and it's essentially like a practice,
yeah,
like like an FC thing almost.
yeah. That's true. So one thing that they also mentioned in the announcements is that they're integrating with some of the different tournaments that the community is putting on, which I think is kind of a cool idea. It's nice to see them kind of meshing and working with the people who play the game and who work so hard behind the scenes and organize these
yeah.
various community tournaments. I think one was, I think Clash Champs is involved, and Fuego is one of the tournaments, and I think there's going to be a couple more. They're going to have like I think 8 golden tickets up for grabs total, and the total prize pool is going to be $1 million overall. So
Was that Clash Masters too? Was that another one?
yeah.
And they're also giving money to someone like Clash Masters and saying, "Here's 50,000 to award to your golden ticket winner," or I guess over the whole tournament. But you know, when you get to reward this, you also get this prize money. I mean, what a lure that is for those guys. They're going to get a huge influx of probably pro players, but still, that gives them the hype they want, right?
For sure. And plus, it's going to, I think the world finals are going to be in person.
Fingers crossed.
Yeah, I think that would really be a wonderful thing, especially for their 10-year anniversary. Fado, are you going to be there? You participating? You can enter?
You know, a lot of people have asked me that. So thanks for asking me, Kat.
You're welcome.
No.
Figured you'd be there with your Lalo.
No, I mean, if they have, if my Lalo's there, there's a lot of losing going on. So they better hope that no one's watching my new YouTube series, which is going to debut sometime in the near future.
We'll be watching for it.
Yeah. Don't hold your breath.
Well, with that, I think we're at the end of the show. We're out of time. So let's move to shout outs. Rusty, are you there? Do you have time for a shout out?
Got a good shout out.
Uh-oh.
That's my baby, and he's freaking out because he was supposed to be in bed 7 minutes ago. And if anybody who has kids will understand that when they have routines, they have routines. So that's my shout out, I guess.
Okay.
Thanks, Rusty.
Fado, you're next.
Well, I'd like to give a shout out to all the future fans and subscribers and likers of my YouTube series. It will be debuting later this year. And the immediate goal of that will be to put Magnus out of business. I'd like to shout out to all to Magnus for being a good sport about that terrible lame joke I just dropped, and for all of our friends who come by Red Thorn to visit. We have ODS, of course, who's always dropping by. We always have friends from our for our brother and sister clans in CFF, always welcome to stop by and do some wars. And hopefully you'll tolerate any of us that may stop by for some wars at your home. So shout out to all the CFF, to Fox for all she does, Kat and Peter, of course, for all you do. So that's it for me.
Thanks. I'm going to shout out C Note. He been a good friend this week. I've had a terrible week. I'm slowly getting my stuff in from across the pond. Shipping's freeing up a little bit, but I had some late nights and early mornings, but he's been pretty supportive of me. So shout out to C Note.
Awesome. I'm going to shout out all the streamers and content creators, everybody from podcasters to YouTubers to Twitch streamers and everybody in between. They all put their heart and soul into putting out their content. So everybody keeps supporting them by tuning in and listening to or watching their content, and especially Fado. Make sure you support him. And thank you everybody for listening. If you're looking for a great group of clans in either Clash of Clans, Clash Royale, or any of the other Supercell games, visit the Clash Files Discord to apply. As always, send us your comments, ideas, and questions to us at KGH Podcast on Twitter, or join the Clash Files Discord at discord.gg/clashfiles.
Hoping for a sincere performance, but open to finding the moment, to finding out where I'm headed now. Looking for a sign of disaster, so I can make it there faster. I'm weighing the consequences out. I can see in all directions. It's all open to interpretation, but I see colors that are breaking from the other side, the other side. When I make mountains out of summer trails, when I buckle under all the details, I'll keep going till I make it to the other side, the other side. Can you tell me the secret of how you can take it or leave it? How you can blend in with the crowd? I'm so scared, so damn afraid to look. I'm so sick of talking. I'm wearing the words out, words out. I can see in all directions. It's all open to interpretation, but I see colors that are breaking from the other side, the other side. When I make mountains out of summer trails, when I buckle under all the details, I'll keep going till I make it to the other side, the other side. When it feels like everyone's out to get me, I see the river on the